Well, hello there. I thought it was time for me to give an update on my situation. It's been a few weeks. Happy New Year, by the way. January is coming to an end fairly quickly. Before Christmas, I approached my family doctor on refilling out my exemption form for my employer to be considered for a workplace accommodation. I thought he did a really good job of filling it out, and his main angle was basically affording me with bodily autonomy and to work towards getting vaccinated if I'm able to, which basically demonstrates that I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I just quite obviously have a traumatic experience with vaccinations in general. But you know, when this particular one is being flagged as causing and triggering cases of GBS, it's kind of a no-brainer that a victim of GBS would be quite hesitant. I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, I've already been a part of an experiment long enough. And as I've been saying for years, you couldn't pay me $1 million to go through it again. I mean that. Just ask anyone who has survived GBS. It is not fun, and it is not as rare and flippant as the professionals and experts try to make it out to be. Shortly after Christmas, Dave woke me up one morning with a little bit of panic in his voice, and it turned out that my beloved hummingbird attempted to get a drink out of my little suction cup feeders that are attached to my French door here. And because the cold snap came so quickly, I forgot about those feeders, and I was more concerned with my larger feeders. So I left them outside, and Floyd, as I call him, basically caught Dave's attention because he was trying to free himself from the little feeder, but he couldn't because his tongue had frozen to the liquid inside. So Dave thought quick and just brought the little feeder and Floyd inside and detached his tongue from the ice with some warm water. And we observed him a little bit, and warmed him up and tried to calm him down, and got to hold him. So that was really, really awesome. But he really did a number on his tongue. He was feeling a lot better and was flying around the house, so we set him free. And I watched him really closely for about 5 hours before he started showing signs of not doing so well. And it was a super cold day, and I'm kicking myself for setting him free, but his tongue was so mangled that he probably wouldn't have survived even if we had kept him in the house in a box and helped feed him. So my heart was pretty broken, and made me extra vigilant on watching my hummingbirds and watching their feeders. Um, I'm very happy to say that through that really cold spell that we had, I've still got 2 males and 2 females in my yard, and I actually think they are all related. Um, but anyways, it's exciting that the weather has turned, and I've heard geese and ducks in the sky. So I think spring is definitely on the way. And I'm really looking forward to attracting more hummingbirds to this yard because I'm just in love with them. I've always loved hummingbirds. I think they're awesome. I submitted that second medical exemption request from my family doctor to my employer, and it was rejected. And it turned out that my employer would reconsider workplace accommodation if I were to have a mental health practitioner fill out the form. Well, it says right on the form itself that it's only to be completed by a medical doctor or nurse practitioner. So since when is mental health your employer's friggin' business? Sorry. Instead of having my mental health practitioner fill out the form just to get rejected again or whatever the heck would happen, I forwarded my employer a letter that my mental health practitioner had drawn up for me just in case I should need it in this process. And I just received word last night that my file is now under review. I've also written a email to Bonnie Henry. Sorry, but I can't even call her a doctor at this point. I will share that email with you as you can see what I've asked her, and I will definitely give an update when I do hear from her, if I do. I also was referred to an infection disease specialist at St. Paul's Hospital to, I don't know, I guess see if I could be talked into getting vaccinated. The first phone call was an hour long, and the second phone call was yesterday, and it ended up with me going into a full-blown panic attack afterwards. It's funny because I was really dreading his phone call, but I actually had a nightmare the night before he called, and it was so bad that I was physically kicking in my sleep. That's kind of alarming. So yeah, I think you're all up to date now. So stay tuned. I will be back with an update as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. I hope that you're healthy and you're staying true to your beliefs, no matter what they are. Everyone has their own reasons for getting it or not getting it. And there should be no punishment in our decisions. Uh, These, it's our right. Talk to you soon.